What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Casually Fit Podcast. My name is Rob. Thank you for tuning in this week. I believe this week is Thanksgiving week. I should check. I haven't checked. I'm not going home this year. While I live here in San Diego, I consider this my home. But as far as where my family's at, most of them are in Wisconsin. I'm not going to Wisconsin this year. But hopefully, everybody out there is figuring it out. We got the whole Rona thing going on, and, hopefully you're doing whatever it is you want to do, and hopefully you have fun on Turkey Day. But yeah, today's Wednesday, and everything's going good, and I want to get into today's topic, which is personal trainers. It's not really personal trainers. It is, should you hire a personal trainer? Okay, and first, before I begin, I do want to say, there will for sure be personal trainers. If they listen to this, they will not like this. All right. They will probably not like me, probably not agree with me. And that's fine. It is what it is. All right. I'm not trying to put personal trainers down. I'm not trying to say they're all garbage. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to say that they're all garbage, but I'm also not their biggest fan. So I'm not really going to shy away from that. But just so you know, I'm not trying to bring them down. I'm just laying out whether you should hire a personal trainer or not. It's a question that many people have. If they're trying to lose weight, trying to get in shape, if that's you, right? It's a question. It's a very viable question. Most people think of that. They're like, oh, well, should I do it? I mean, because once you begin to say, hey, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to get in shape, it is very overwhelming kind of right after that. First, you get the excitement. You're like, yes, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to get in shape, going to lose this weight. I'm going to become a different person. I'm going to look a completely different way. I'm going to do all these things. And then, you get through that excitement, and then you're faced with reality. You're faced with the practicality of it all. You're like, oh, okay. Well, how do I lose weight, and how do I get in shape? If you're somebody who is out of shape, and you've been out of shape most of your life, you probably don't really know what to do. You kind of know what to do, watch what you eat and work out, and that's about it. I mean, honestly, it is it is relatively simple, and that's what I'm going to get into here in a little bit. But it can be very overwhelming if you're just not familiar with the whole entire landscape. Even just picking a gym is a little difficult. You can make a mistake of just typing in gym into Google Maps and then coming across a gym that's in a strip mall, and you don't go to the gym. You don't really know what gyms should or shouldn't look like. And then all of a sudden you're inside this small 1,000 square foot little gym in a strip mall. They have like equipment from the 1940s in there. There's way too many sweaty people in a small space, and it's just kind of dingy and crappy. And you're like, ugh, this is kind of gross. I don't really, do I want to lose weight this way? Is this what I have to do to, be fit? And that could turn you off the entire situation because you don't even really realize that there's huge gyms out there that are extremely nice, extremely luxurious, and spacious, and so you could be missing out on that whole thing. So even just picking, what I'm trying to say is, even just picking a gym is a little like, you kind of want to get some advice of like, hey, where should I go and work out, right? So it makes sense to then ask, well, how do I lose weight? I mean, you get all these new words. If you start looking into a little bit, you start hearing macros, start hearing about lactic acid, DOMS, why am I sore? You start hearing about all these different things. You're like, what? This is, you soon realize that this is kind of like a completely different world that exists that you weren't really aware of before. You just didn't care. And most people, who cares, right? Honestly. But so you're doing all this, and then you get kind of overwhelmed with the fact that, oh, now I got to figure this out. And that's where you kind of insert a personal trainer. That's where a personal trainer comes in handy, because a personal trainer they're going to train you personally, right? They're going to create a workout program that is entirely about you and for you. They're going to more than likely measure your height, your body weight, they're going to put you on the BMI index. They're going to just take in, it all depends on where you go, but they're going to take in as much information from you as they can, and then they're going to kind of formulate a workout program that fits specifically to you. It's going to be tailor-made to you. And they're going to have the workout program. They're also going to give you some sort of nutritional program to tell you what kind of food to stay away from, what food you should be eating, how many calories you're going to burn, all that garbage. And then on top of that, they're going to be working out with you as well. So you get the full package with the personal trainer, which can be very tempting. And again, it's a very viable option to have. I mean, it's something that I can definitely see why a lot of people do use it, but it's not the 1950s anymore. It's 2020. We have the internet. There's a lot of other resources out there. And if you're an independent type of person, a little bit of a go-getter, you don't really need a personal trainer. And I'm going to get into, there's 4 kind of options, though, that you can have when it comes to a personal trainer. The first option that you can take is you could just not hire a personal trainer, right? And I'm going to get into all this in a second. I'm just going to let you know what's coming up next. And so yeah, you can, first option, don't hire a personal trainer, right? I'm going to get into that. Second option, hire a personal trainer. Hire a personal trainer full-time. A lot of people do that where they hire it full-time. Every single time they work out, they have a trainer with them. Third option is you can hire a personal trainer to just work out with you anywhere from 5 to 25% of your time. The rest of the time, the rest of the 95 to 75% of your workouts will be by yourself. So that's an option. Or the last option is you just hire a personal trainer right when you begin. Like if you just said yesterday, hey, I'm going to work out, I'm going to get in shape, get fit, hire a personal trainer today. Use them for a day or a week or maybe a couple weeks. Have them work out with you, show them what's going on, give you the workout program, give you the nutritional program, let you know what's up, and then that's it. And then you check up again with them. You hire them again, maybe 6 months or a year down the road, and then they just come in and kind of work with you a little bit. But those are the 4 options, right? And I'm going to get into those in a second. But first, you should know the cost. So if you're going to hire a personal trainer, it's going to cost you anywhere from $30 to like $100+ dollars, okay? So everybody's on a different, wavelength when it comes to how much income that they're bringing in. So you just have to obviously, kind of assess how much money are you willing to spend. Like if you're if you're the person who's going to hire a trainer, if you're like, I have to work out or I have to lose weight, I have to get in shape, but I also have to have a personal trainer, well, you got to factor in that you're probably going to be working out, 4-5 days a week. And a personal trainer is going to charge you maybe $60 an hour. You're going to be using them 4 or 5 days a week, every single week. I mean, in a month's time, you can basically either hire a personal trainer full time or you can buy like a new MacBook. Or maybe if you're like in San Diego, you live farther out East County, right? You can just buy or you can just rent out a studio apartment at the beach. So personal trainer, MacBook, studio at the beach, it gets expensive, right? It gets a little bit pricey. Obviously, if you have the means and you feel like this is something that you should do, obviously do it, right? And I'm going to get into that in a second, but let's go over the options. What option should I start with? Well, I think I'm going to start with the no hiring. So I don't know why. But so let's say that you take the option of not hiring a personal trainer. Well, it is daunting, okay? It is a daunting task, and you need to really immerse yourself into how to lose weight and you need to immerse yourself in how to be fit, the good thing that comes with not hiring a personal trainer is that you get to understand how the body works a little bit better. You get to understand um, just how everything works and how you can kind of improve on your body and how you can actually become fit instead of versus like if you just hire a personal trainer. What happens is you just kind of plug yourself in. They do everything for you. You don't have to know anything. You don't even have to know what you're going to do that day. You just show up and they just tell you exactly what to do. So if you take the first option of not hiring a personal trainer, you have to understand that there's going to be more work that comes with it. But it's also the cheapest option, right? But here's the good news. Again, it's not 1950s, it's 2020. And working out, losing weight, being fit, this is probably going to piss people off, but it's not that complicated, all right? The body's complicated, and if you want to become a bodybuilder, if you want to become a high-level athlete or a high-level fitness enthusiast, I mean, you can get really granular with everything, and you can really, really just go in there and really make it complicated. You can go into where it gets more complicated, and then you could really just be like, oh, that's where, like, if you're trying to be a bodybuilder, that's where, you know, this bicep workout is going to work the best. It's going to make your bicep pop, you know, whatever they say to themselves. That's where it really kind of matters, right? But for everybody else who doesn't focus their entire lives on being in the best shape possible, it's relatively simple. It's not that complicated. And with it being relatively simple and not that complicated, that means that a lot of people have been giving out a lot of information on how to be fit and how to lose weight. It's actually insane. There is so much information, free information in text format, audio format, video format, visual graphic format. I mean, there's so many options for people online to where, like, you can go. So like I said before, you want to have a workout program, right? So again, this is an option if you don't want to hire somebody. You want to have a workout program. That's the first thing you should be looking for. Well, there are thousands of workout programs online. Thousands of workout programs. A lot of them are free, okay? And, you know, I will say, for the most part, in the rest of the world, in most situations, if people are offering things for free, it's more than likely garbage, right? Most of the time, it's not the best, okay? And I will say, if people are offering things online for free as far as a workout program, online, it is difficult to kind of try to find a good one. You just have to know when to spot somebody who is a flat-out fraud or somebody who is just a money hound. You have to be able to see that online. So you have to be, again, you have to do a little bit more work online, but you have to weed through that, which honestly, there's not too many people like that. There are plenty of people like that, but there are more prominent people who are doing good, who want to do good, and who have researched and have put in the work and have the experience, and they just go, hey, I don't want to work for a gym. I don't want to be a personal trainer at 24 Hour Fitness. I want to do things on my own. And so I created this workout program, and I put in a lot of time, a lot of effort. I put in my experience as somebody who works out. I put in my experience with other clients, and I formulated this workout program, and I'm going to give it to people for free, or I'm going to charge people $5. There are so many examples of that online, and you can just go to that, and you can just go and access that free workout. So as far as, you know, tackling the first problem of finding a workout program online without hiring a personal trainer, it's 100% doable. Again, you can either go the free option, or you can go find somebody who is charging a certain amount. They might they probably have a little bit of a questionnaire for you. They want to get to know you a little bit, make sure the program's right for you. And they're just going to charge you, a one-time fee. It's a little bit different. That it is kind of like having a personal trainer, but a personal trainer, again, charges you every hour. They're there with you all the time. This person online that you find, they're just asking for a one-time, for the most part, they're just asking for a one-time fee of 10, 20, 50 bucks, however much it is, for you to just buy their workout program. And then you take that workout program, and they usually have a nutritional program along with it. So you get the entire package, and it's just instructions, right? Because that's all it really comes down to when you're trying to lose weight, get fit, is you're just following instructions on, be like, hey, if you want to lose weight, you should do crunches. You should do crunches 4 or 5 days a week. You should do about 5 sets of them, and you should shoot for 30 plus repetitions. And, and then you just take that and you just expand it outwards. You should also do chest exercises. You should also do these lat pull downs as well. And that's all it really is. If you want to lose weight, is you're just following instructions. So that's where, again, personal trainers kind of fall short for that. I mean, it's just kind of weird to me. I'm going to get into the benefits of having a personal trainer. Again, I'm trying not to trash personal trainers. All right. But if for some reason I have this tendency to do it. Maybe it's because a lot of times when I work out in the gym, a lot of times when I interact with personal trainers, it's really amazing that they convince people that they're necessary. Because 9 times out of 10, if I'm working out and I look up and I see a personal trainer with a client, 9 times out of 10, that trainer is on their phone, not paying attention, or they're talking to other trainers while the person who paid them, 60, 80, $100 to work out with them, is just doing the workouts. They're following the instructions while the trainer is taking in that 60, 80 bucks just to stand there and just give you a little bit of a push. And they hold you a little bit of accountable, which I'm going to get into here in a second. But again, it just doesn't really make sense to me. When again, you can find this, like I'm saying, you can find the workout program, you can find the nutritional program online, and you can find a reputable one online. You can find a great program online. It's not even like the early 2010s, right? It's 2020. There are a lot of prominent people who are online who also have a free or they charge a small fee for a workout and nutrition program. And you have access to all this on your phone. And again, you just have to follow the instructions for that. But you also have to know how to use the equipment. That is another problem. You can go months, years of not knowing how to actually do the workout the correct way. And there's so many examples of that online. Just look up gym fails on YouTube, and you'll see exactly what not to do. And that is another thing that is online. You can look up gym fails, and you can find out, oh, hey, I shouldn't do that. But you can also find for free most of the time, especially when it comes to, hey, this is how you do a lat pull down. Hey, this is how you correctly do a push up. Hey, this is how you correctly do bench press. And, there are so many instructional videos and even in text format, there's so many step-by-step guides and step-by-step visual guides of how to properly do an exercise. And again, it's not complicated. It's not rocket science. I mean, you might not, if you're somebody who hasn't been in this kind of fitness world, hasn't been paying attention. I'm not saying anything bad about you. It's just you haven't been paying attention, understandably so. It's kind of boring. But what I'm saying in this world is that it's all relatively simple. And if you want to find these step-by-step guides, if you are faced with this next problem, which most people, if you're going this route of not hiring a personal trainer, most people will be faced with the problem of how do I actually use this equipment? And again, you can literally go into the gym with the workout program you're either accessing free online or that you paid for on your phone, and it will say go do 5 sets of an incline bench press, right? Something like that. And on your way to go finding the incline bench press, you can actually not even know what an incline bench press is. And you can just Google incline bench press and then just click images and you can see what you're looking for. And then you go, okay, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, it's over there on the other side of the gym. On your way to that incline bench press, you can type into Google how to incline bench press. And then you will find thousands of, maybe not thousands. Actually, I really think, let me just say hundreds. You'll find hundreds of videos and step-by-step guides of how to do a proper incline bench press. And most of those people, most of those visuals and videos that you're going to be seeing, most of those are going to be fairly accurate, right? They're not going to be telling you to do some wild things, okay? So you can trust those. You can put a lot of trust in those. And so, yeah, by the time you get to that incline bench press, you can already know kind of how to do it. And then you just go, you put on the weights, and then you do it. And you just follow the rest of the program. So that's what I'm saying. You know, if you choose the no personal trainer route, again, it is going to be a little daunting. You have to be a little independent, and you have to kind of want to know a little bit more. But it's also relatively easy. Step one, just Google how to weight loss workout program, right? Maybe put a time frame on it. Put like 6-month weight loss workout program, or put best 6-month weight loss workout program, and then kind of search through those. Just try to figure out which site's going to be the most trustworthy site, or which person who's selling it, or who is giving it to you for free, who's going to be the most trustworthy for you, and then pick that, and then Google, hey, good nutrition program for somebody who wants to lose weight, and then again, go through the same process, go through the same vetting process, pick that, and then just look up the different exercises, spend a little bit of time looking up those exercises, see how to do them, and then just go in and do them, right? And then that's basically it, because you're just going to be doing those exercises for the entire program. For 6 months, you're going to be doing those same exercises day in and day out. They're going to change a little bit throughout the days, but every single week it's going to be the same thing every single week. And you just do that for 30 weeks. And that's where you can kind of see what does a personal trainer have that they can give you, which I'll get into my next thing. I want to make sure I'm not really following a guideline, but I am writing an article about this, and so I wrote some of the stuff out. I just want to make sure I hit everything up, which I do want to say, if you want if you want to see the quality that you can find online, the high quality that you can find online, go to Athlean-X on YouTube. That dude, I think his name's Jeff. I mean, he is such a high quality. He just puts out such high quality videos and such just very good information on everything to do with fitness, all this improper form, how to do this, how to do that, stay away from this. Go check that out, because that is, that'll just show you, if you're somebody who's kind of weary, kind of like online, you kind of think of it as not that trustworthy, just go look at that, and that should show you what's possible out there. And again, there are other examples like this dude. So again, it's not all just garbage. A lot of the times what's happening now is because a lot of people want to be more independent. Again, this is going to piss off trainers, but some of the better trainers are going online, right? So you might think in your head, I got to go find a personal trainer at a gym. That person might not be the best. The person who might be the best might be online. And let me just tell you, since I'm talking about it, let me just tell you one quick story of a personal trainer that I would see every single day with the same client. Now, this client, she's an older lady. bigger lady, and they would work out like basically every day, and they would do the same workout. It's not even a workout, right? This trainer who is not in shape, and that's a weird trend that's happening at the gyms. There's a lot of trainers who are not in shape at all, which is kind of weird. It's kind of different. But this trainer specifically would put boxing gloves on this, older, overweight woman. So she'd have on boxing gloves, and he'd have on the hitting pads, and he would, so he has it like, I'll pretend I'm him. He would have the pads like this, and she would be standing right there, and you would expect him to be the one standing with his hands like this, and he just hit myself with the mic, and he just takes the punches. He just goes, okay, hit me with your left, hit me with your right, blah blah blah, and he would be the one barely moving his hands. Well, what he would do every single day, first of all, that workout for most people trying to lose weight shouldn't be boxing, right? Do something else, especially this way, because she would be the one that would have her hands, she would be clenched up like this. I wish I was exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. She would literally move her hands this far, and if you're just listening, they would barely break past an inch movement, if at all, and he would be moving his hands completely. He was the one that was really boxing. He was basically like slap boxing. They should have switched pads pretty much, and they would do that every single day. This poor woman was subject to this trainer just because that's the other thing. When you have a trainer, when you say, I want to get a personal trainer at a gym, you are just subject to whatever trainer is free for that day. And it's looking like trainers at gyms, the criteria to become one, I don't know if the bar's been lowered or what. All I know is that this person who had this woman do this exercise, completely worthless. There was absolutely no need for her to do that exercise. She was clearly not getting anything out of it whatsoever, but they did it every day. So that's the problem. And since I just kind of crapped on the trainers a little bit, we'll get into the second option, which this podcast is going a little bit long. But the second option is to hire a personal trainer full-time. Okay, like I said, personal trainers can be great. If you have the money to get a personal trainer full-time, which means that they work out with you every single day that you work out. Think of like a Kevin Hart. He has his like best friend or whatever as his personal trainer. They work out every single morning together. Okay, so again, that's great, especially for somebody, if you have no experience, you don't really know what's going on in the gym, and you don't really want to go searching online and find all these things. Hire the personal trainer full time. They will let you know everything. They will have the workout program for you. They'll have the nutritional program for you. They will show you. They'll fix your form right away. If you are doing an exercise wrong, they'll fix it right there on the spot, instead of doing what is very common, which is if you're on your own, you don't have a trainer, and you don't have anybody kind of showing you what's up, you could very easily do a workout completely wrong for a long time. There's, again, plenty of people in the gym who will show you that people can spend years doing a workout completely wrong. So that's a benefit of a personal trainer. So hire them if you want it to be a little bit more hands-off, because you can literally not know anything about anything, and you can just hire a personal trainer, and you can never even you don't even have to increase your knowledge at all. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, by the way. I'm just saying this is just how it is. It's a great advantage of getting a personal trainer, is you don't have to encumber your mind with all this excess information that you probably don't care about, and you can just show up. You don't have to know what you're doing that day. You can just show up, and the trainer's going to be like, all right, we're going to do this next. And then you just go, okay, you sit down, and then they go, now you're going to do 10 reps. You go, okay, now we're going to do 4 more sets of that. These are how many reps you're going to do. And okay, so it makes it very easy. So if you want to hire a personal trainer, the second option, that's great. It's a great option. Again, it's a completely hands-off approach. You don't have to dive into any of the excess information. There's obviously downfalls to it because all those benefits, people will look at everything I just said, the completely hands-off approach. You don't really have to know what's going on or what to do. Some people consider that benefit, which is perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. For me, that's not a benefit. That's just not a benefit at all. I would rather know what's going on, how to do things, why I'm doing things, and all that. But again, for a lot of people who just don't care about this stuff, especially if you're somebody who's been putting off losing weight and getting fit, let's be honest, you don't care. Who cares? I don't care that you don't care. And if you don't care, just and you have the money, just buy the personal trainer, get the personal trainer, work out with you every day. And they're going to be there to also hold you accountable, because that's another benefit from a personal trainer is, the trainer sets the program, they work with you on a schedule, and you come together for a time where the trainer says, okay, I'll meet you here at the gym at 7 a.m. Well, guess what? The trainer's going to be there at 7 a.m. And you need to be there to get the workout in, but also to not piss off the trainer and to also not waste your money, because the trainer's still going to charge you probably if you don't show up. So that keeps you accountable. So if you're somebody who is also it's very difficult for you to show up and do it. It's a huge problem. You need these extra little things that kind of force you to go and do it. That's where a trainer comes in. They will keep you accountable. Oh, sorry, I keep on having to burp. But yeah, so that is another great benefit. Also, I mean, I'm sure trainers don't like this, but I mean, if they're charging you $80, $100 an hour, a lot of people just talk, they just vent to their trainers. That's a benefit. If you're getting your workout in and you're venting all your troubles to your trainer, that seems like a benefit to me. Again, if they're charging you $80 an hour, I mean, tell them whatever you want to tell them. Who cares, right? So that's a good benefit. I just want to make sure I hit everything else up. Again, you get that they're not going to be, they are not going to be too far off. The good thing about trainers, I was trying to talk about workout programs. So workout programs are not going to be like these wild, crazy programs that are going to send you down the wrong path. It's exactly the opposite. These programs that they have, they're usually, I think, standardized. I think I said that word wrong, but I don't care. These programs are something that have been worked over and over again. So some of them kind of generic, but again, they do take in a lot of your information, and they're starting now to kind of make these programs more malleable for the people who come in. So you do get that tailor-made program to where they have all your information as far as your height, weight, your body fat percentage. They run you through a questionnaire on certain issues you have. So they'll make a workout program that stays away from these exercises but emphasizes these ones. So that is all a huge benefit. That personalized thing is all a great benefit to have. So you also get that if you choose this option. So that's, again, it's a great option. And another thing is when you go online, again, you have to weed through, frauds, and you have to weed through money hounds. And the reason why you have to do that is because there's no barrier to entry to become a fitness expert online. There's no barrier to entry to create a workout program. You just need to buy a website and then start sending out the link. There's no barrier to entry. When it comes to being a personal trainer in a gym, you have to go through a certification process. Then you have to go through a hiring process on top of that. So you have to be able to be knowledgeable enough to pass the test and consume all the information. And then you also have to be a semi-decent kind of person, well, depending on who the hiring manager is, but you have to be a somewhat normal-ish person to become a personal trainer for the most part. And so that's an also good benefit of hiring a personal trainer full time. So there are plenty of great benefits if you do hire a personal trainer full time. And that's the second option, right? So first option, don't hire one, right? Second option, hire one full time. What's the third option? The third option, if you were to put a best value on everything, the third option would be the best value, because you could hire a personal trainer in the beginning. You could work out with a personal trainer, say maybe for a week. You say, hey, I want to hire you for a week. Show me, give me a program, give me a nutritional program. Show me how to use the exercises, or show me how to use the equipment, and then I'll check, and then just actually check back with me every 2 weeks, or I'll hire you again in a month from now, and then you do some sort of like a periodic thing where it's you're not working out with a person every day. Instead, you're working out with them maybe once a week, once every other week, or once a month, something like that. This is going to be the best value because, again, losing weight, getting fit, doing all these things, it's a lot of repetition. It's a lot of doing the same thing, and it's following instructions really in the beginning. You need to know what to do. You need to know what equipment to use, how many times you should use it, and all that stuff, right? Well, if you do this periodic kind of personal training, is you can get the full benefits as far as you can get the workout program, you can get the nutritional program. They can tailor make that whole thing to you because you'll go through the process of getting to know, they'll get to know you, and they'll try to tailor make that program to make sure, again, they stay away from certain things or they emphasize other things. So you get that full benefit, and then you just take that and you just do it. You just do the exercises. And then in a week from now or 2 weeks from now, you work out with the trainer, and they go and they just poke and prod you, and they go, hey, you're doing this wrong. This is how you do it. Hey, you're doing that wrong. Hey, maybe we shouldn't do this. Let's tweak this program a little bit. Maybe we should add this in there for you, and let's get that out. And then it's kind of like a tune-up that you do every week or 2 weeks or however long you do it. I think this would be the best value for you. Again, if you don't need the accountability, and if you don't need the motivation, some trainers scream at people. If you don't need a trainer to stand over you texting their significant other on the phone while you're working out, if you don't need that, but you do see that their workout programs and nutritional programs and the checkups and the correction of form is beneficial, and you want to spend a little bit of money to access that information and access that expertise, that would be the next option. Okay, so if you want to lose weight, you want to get fit, you want to spend a little bit of money, you don't want to look online too much, this would be probably the better option, where you can still kind of stay independent. You don't have to deal with a personal trainer every day. You can just go in there and periodically get checked up on. So that's the third option. We're running through this podcast quick now. Fourth option, last option, would be to, hold on, I forgot. Hold on, I want to make sure. I've been talking too much. This fourth option would be, and this is an option that personal trainers probably don't like at all. Again, I think it's kind of insane that personal trainers have convinced people that they need them every single day. But this last option, it's probably the least likable option to personal trainers, is one where you just go in there and say, hey, show me, I want to, go in there and say, I want a workout program. I want a nutritional program from you. I want to be shown how to use all the equipment. And then, so that takes you probably like a week or so, right? You do that for a week, and then you just make sure you pay attention. You're probably going to have to do a little bit more research online on how to do the equipment just to make sure you're doing it right. But you get all that information, you get the programs, and then you just follow the instructions for the next 6 months or a year. And then 6 months, or maybe every quarter, 3 months from now, you just hire them again and say, hey, how am I doing? Hey, do I need to change the workout program? I've lost this much weight. I've gained this much strength. I'm getting this injury here. And then they go, hey, let me just tinker around with this a little bit. They give you a new program, show you how to do these things. And then you just shoot off for another 3 months or 6 months. And you just kind of do it that way, just to make sure that you're not going completely off center, right? That you're not going completely off track. And that's going to be the most I mean, you're going to pay a little bit of money to obviously hire the trainer those couple times, but in comparison to hiring a trainer full time or once a week, it's a much smaller amount of money for you. And again, you're still accessing their expertise. You're still accessing the information that they gather from you, and how to work out. So that would be the fourth option there. Again, if you're a more independent person, right, and you don't need that motivation, you don't need the accountability, you just kind of need to be shown what to do, and you want to trust it. You want to have like a lot of trust in what you're doing. You want to trust that it's going to work for you. It's going to be a good option for you, right? Just hire them in the beginning and then check up with them every quarter, every 6 months, whatever it is. And that's going to be the four options if you want to hire a personal trainer. I think that kind of covers it, right? Those are kind of the only options you really have with a personal trainer. And again, some people, I might not, the reason why I come across as like not really digging trainers is because for me, I'm a very independent person, and I'm somebody who wants to know everything that I'm doing, and I don't want to have somebody there looking over me, counting my reps, saying, "You got this, Rob. Go one more. You can go one more, Rob. Let's go. Let's go." I don't want somebody doing that. I don't want somebody to have, who's just directing me around, being like, "All right, now you're done resting. Now pick up that weight." I was in the military. I don't need that in my life. Right. And I like to know why I'm doing things. And I just don't like that whole scenario at all. So from my perspective, to me, it seems mostly ridiculous. Right. But again, I can also see from other people's perspective who maybe aren't really just familiar with everything. Again, I've been doing this, I've been in the gym working on my athletic abilities since I was like 12 years old. So it's a little bit different for me. But again, there are people out there who just, maybe they just want to turn off, right? They don't, their life as far as work wise is very taxing on them, and maybe they got kids or whatever, and they don't really care to have this information on why to do these sets and why to do these exercises. They would just rather go in there and just be like, "All right, just tell me what to do." Okay. They're just trying to make sure that they can handle all the other things outside the gym. And they don't want to be too taken down by all the information that you have to gather to come up with your own workout program, either on your own. Again, you can also come up with your workout program on your own, right? It's probably not recommended if you haven't been doing it at all, but you can, right? You surely can. It's better to get a workout program at least in the very first couple years, is to grab some expertise from other people. But yeah, so again, my bad if I piss off some personal trainers, but again, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't really care about pissing off personal trainers. To me, a lot of them are, it is what it is. So yeah, if you like them, again, if you had good experience with personal trainers, I don't doubt it for a second. I'm not saying personal trainers are all garbage and there's no way to get a good experience with it. Obviously, just revert back to when I talked about option 2. I obviously think there is value with it. But those are your 4 options, right? What I would recommend for people is, again, if you just want to turn off, just hire full personal trainer. If you're very out of the norm, right? If going into the gym and doing all this is very foreign to you and it's very uncomfortable and it's very weird and you can't really get a grasp on it, hire a personal trainer full time. Okay. If you are slightly independent, right, and you want to have a personal trainer to make sure that you're doing everything correctly and make sure you're on the right track, go with option 3, right? Hire a personal trainer once a week, twice a week, whatever it is, right? And also, if you want to keep the expenses down, because again, it gets expensive if you hire a personal trainer every single day, right? How much do you think Kevin Hart pays his trainer, right? Probably over $100K, right? That's a lot of money. And then you have, if you're somebody who is very independent and you just want to access a personal trainer for a little bit, you want to make it easy, you want somebody to actually, like a real person to talk to in person, go with option 4 and just hire a personal trainer in the beginning and then, quarterly or whatever. And then if you're just very independent, if you're an internet person, right, meaning you're somebody who already spends time on the internet and you realize that the internet is not this, you realize that yes, there are shady parts of the internet, there are shady people on the internet, and you can definitely get, you can get scammed, and you have all these pitfalls on the internet. You realize that, but you also realize there's a lot of really good, awesome people who are putting out great information online as well. If you can see that and you can trust it, and you can do a little bit more work, and you can figure out how to use the equipment and why to use it, and all these things, and you can find a good workout program. If you can trust all that and you want to do just a little bit more work, then you have option 1. Okay, and again, that is going to be that's going to put you on a more independent path, right? That's going to make sure that as you're going through this process, because another thing about losing weight and getting fit is it's a lifestyle. And so it's so cliche, but it is a lifestyle. It's something that if you actually want to do, if you want to be in reasonable shape at a reasonable weight for the rest of your life, guess what? You're going to be watching what you eat, and you're going to be exercising weekly, multiple times a week, 4 to 5 times a week, every single week for the rest of your life. Okay, so with that, you kind of have to look at, all right, am I going to hire a personal trainer for the rest of my life? How's that going to work? Guess what? When you hire a personal trainer, this person is going to depend on you for income. So maybe 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road, you've been working with the same person every single day, 4 to 5 days a week. And then you're like, I think I can do this on my own now. Well, this person relies on you for income. So then you have to kind of navigate what's this, how's that person going to take it? Are they going to try to convince you that they're necessary when they're clearly not? So you have to go through that. So if you choose the option 1, if you go the internet route, this is going to send you on a more independent way to where you're gathering up this knowledge, you're gathering up the skills, as you could call it. So then you can keep on morphing your workout as your body changes throughout the years, and you don't really have to rely on somebody else to make sure that you stay in shape, right? So I would recommend option 1 if you are somebody like that. I would recommend option 1 for everybody because, again, it is a more independent way. And when you're dealing with something that if you're 20 years old and if you do things the correct way, you're still going to be in the gym when you're 70, 50 years later, right? So like, it just seems like an independent, the less you have to rely on other people for 50 years probably seems the better option. But that's just my 2 cents. That's just my opinion. I hope everybody has a good turkey day. If you're wondering how to keep off the holiday pounds this year, I did a YouTube video on that. And go check that out. Also, I have a free workout program. You can go online. It is for people who are just starting. It's called the First Step Workout Program because it is for people who are taking the first step. It is just a slow, progressive workout program that you can follow. And then I have step-by-step guides on the website as well. They're just visual, like graphics. Shortly, hopefully, I will create videos, step-by-step video guides for people. But again, that's all free, right? At least for now it is. It's all free. So you can do that if you want. If you're still listening to this, thank you, for supporting this podcast, supporting this channel. Hopefully, you like what I'm putting out. Hopefully, you like what I know. My videos on Monday are changing. You know, not showing the face anymore. Just trying to edit them. You know, just a different way. Hopefully, you like it. I like it. I like creating it better this way. So I'm enjoying it a lot more. And yeah, hopefully everybody has a good week. Thank you for cruising by today. Hopefully you took away some information. Personal trainers out there, if you're mad at me, whatever, I guess I'm sorry. Uh, no, I am sorry. If trainers are mad at me, if you feel attacked by me, I didn't mean to attack you, right? I'm mostly just talking smack, just giving you a little bit of shit, and don't take it the wrong way. All right. I don't think you're all garbage, just some of you. But yeah, either way, have a good rest of your week, and until next time, next week, adios.